Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. Today I'm going to be drawing the little Goomba from Mario Odyssey, and I decided to draw one that had been taken over by Cappy. So I thought that might be quite adorable, so let's get started. The first part you'll need to draw is the cap. So I found the easiest way to draw the cap is you kind of want to draw like a semicircle. So I'll kind of show you on here. And then you want it to sort of come up a bit at the top and then come down a bit and around to here. And that's going to be the top of the hat. And then we need to draw where the brim's going to be. So this is kind of like another slightly curved line. And then we need to bring the brim, which is going to come out to about here. Now remember, when Cappy has taken over one of the characters and allows Mario to control him, you don't really have the Cappy eyes anymore. You just have the little Mario symbol on his head. So I'm just going to put that little Mario M onto the cap, like so. And there you go, you've got your cap, and then you need to draw the Goomba's body. So his body is really a big kind of curved triangle, easiest way to think of it. So I'm going to come about to here. I reckon there is good. And you want to come diagonally down. So from about here, because you want to see where he's wearing the hat. And then come diagonally down here and down here. It's going to be his body, and then you want to curve these corners in so that this becomes sort of his chin. Like so. And then you want to draw his body. I'm going to draw just lightly because I need to draw his foot, and his foot is in front of his body. So we'll just draw this really lightly here, and then I'll darken those lines in a second because you need to draw his foot, which is here, and it runs in front of his body. So like so. And then you want to add the little sort of, I guess it's like a footprint spot, and then his back leg and foot is back here. So what you can do is you can sort of darken up these lines now. So you get kind of like a circle shape here, and then you've got his little foot there, and his little footprint type shape here. And we're going to darken these all up with pen so that we can colour him in. And what I'll do as well is once I've finished drawing him, I'm going to scan him in, and I will add a link underneath where you can download and print this out if you'd like to colour him in. So we want to do his face. The first part that I'm going to do with his face is the Mario moustache, because that seems to be in front of everything else. So about halfway down his face, you need to draw an upside down kind of semicircle type shape, and then we add little bumps because that's how his moustache is. So bump, 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 like so. And then we want to put his mouth, and Goombas are always cranky, so they always have a sad face. So I'm going to just curve this like this. It goes under the moustache, and then same on this side, like so. And then we can add his little teeth. So there's one tooth there, and one tooth there. So there's his little sad face. And then he has his eyes, and his eyes seem to almost hit where the moustache is. So we'll do a big sort of oval shape, try to get them sort of even. So if you just sort of do them both at the same time, you'll get them a bit more even. And then just sort of big oval shapes, like so, and then like so. And then we're going to give him his little eyelids, like this, and then his little eyes. So he has like a pupil here. For some reason they're both in the center, so that's what I'm going to draw here. This does make him look a little bit derpy, but that's okay because I think that's what Goombas are, a little bit derpy. So we're going to put that there and there. And his eyes will be blue because he's been taken over by Mario and Cappy. And we'll add the little glint in his eyes just to show the light. Now at the moment he looks a bit derpy, but we're going to give him a bit more detail. The last part is to give him his Gomba eyebrows. And you can't have a Gomba without his eyebrows, so they seem to come from here and come up like that. Yeah, and then they're a little bit pointed, and then up like that, like so. Same with this one. So curves up and around, like that, and then same with this part. So there's his little Gomba eyebrows. So now that we've done it in pencil, I'm going to darken these lines in pen. So I just need to find a nice dark coloured pen. I will just be back in 1 second. So I found a Sharpie, but I'm not sure if it works. So I'm just going to test it on this bit of paper here. Yes, she does work. Wonderful. Alright, so I've got like a little Sharpie felt tip pen. That seems to be the best thing to do any sort of line art with, this nice felt tip pen. Excuse me. So let's do the outlining. So first of all, we're going to do the hat. So I'm going to try and do this quite slowly, just to make it a bit easier for the lines to be nice and smooth. So when I scan this in, it'll be easy for you guys to follow and colour. And I'm going to pop in a few details that I might have missed. So when I'm looking at the picture that I'm drawing from, because the easiest way to draw anything is from like a reference picture, he has like a little bit of stitching on his brim. So I'm going to do little lines to indicate that little bit of stitching that's on the brim. Just a few little lines, because that's how the brim is. And then here we have his little M insignia. This also has stitching that shows that that's how it's connected to the hat, so we can add those in. And then we add our little M. Now it looks like the M doesn't actually touch the bottom, so let's make sure that that does not touch the bottom, like so, and then there. Like that. So there's his hat. Now we want to do his body. So we're going to come down here, try and do it in one fluid motion, except for the pen decided not to draw that way. So fluid, 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 fluid motion. I'm going to join it to there. So that's his head shape. Let's do the moustache. And the moustache is kind of pointed, so I'm going to bring it out a little bit further than I had it, because these little end pieces need to point, like so. Like that. So they're a little bit pointed. And then we want to add the sad face. So he looks a little cranky, so I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to stop because I want to put his tooth there. And then that is going to be his mouth. And then the same on this side. So you're going to come out and try to do his mouth and then stop. And then draw his tooth. Because he's a Gomba, so he has cute little teeth. And then I'm just going to continue his little mouth, so it's under there. In the picture I've got, he's got a little tongue, so I might just draw just a little bit of an indication of where his tongue would be. And let's do his body. So we'll come down here. This pen is running out. And over here, I might need to get myself a new Sharpie felt tip pen. Like that. And then like that. And then we will pop in his, I might do the eyebrows on top because the eyebrows are above the eyes. So we'll go like that. And then back up like that to where the hat is. Neaten up that little line. Same with this one. So we go like that. And then back up to the where the hat is. And I'm just going to join that up. There's his little eyebrows. And we want to add his eyes, so we'll try and do these all in one fluid motion to try and get these lines nice and neat. That's the way you get your lines neat and tidy, is if you can do your drawing in one fluid line, you will get a lot nicer, neater line work. And then we want to add in his little eyelids. Doesn't look like he has eyelashes, but we are going to thicken up some of these lines because some of them are a lot darker than others. So we'll add his pupils, like so. Do it all in one fluid line. And his little glints in his eyes. I might make these a little smaller because they're quite large when I drew them in pencil. Little glints. And then we want to add his blue eyes because he's been taken over by Mario. So add those bits in there and just make sure those lines are nice and dark. There's a couple of lines that need to be a bit darker. I was going to grab like a dark texture would probably do really well if I have one. Aha, I found him. So looking for my dark Crayola black. Because the one place I think that he would need to be black eyes is I was going to do inside his mouth and the eyelids and the pupils because they are going to be black anyway. So this point here should be a bit thicker because that's what it is in the drawing. So you make these two lines nice and thick. Try not to draw too much. And then this part around his teeth is also black. Let's try and be very gentle, and just to help you guys out I will do the black. So when you print it out you don't have to draw these black parts. I always find it's hard to draw the black of things because of it's never the same black as the drawing. Now I wanted to have a look and see, no, see his moustache goes in front of that, so I wanted to add just the thickness of the bottom of his mouth there, just so that you can see that is what we're drawing. And then I want to add in his black pupils. And then we're going to scan this drawing so that you guys can have a copy of it not coloured in, so you'll be able to colour it in yourself. There's that. Try and do this as neat as possibly where you can. There we go. So now we've got our cute little Gomba character. I'm going to let this dry for a second, and the reason for that is you want to be able to erase all the pencil lines. I've just got a little eraser here. If you try to do that while the ink is still wet, you'll smear it. So I always try and pick a spot that doesn't matter and just test it, just to make sure that I'm not going to smear the ink. So let's sharpen up our pencil. It's always easier to work with a sharp pencil. And the parts that are dark brown are his moustache and the part around his feet. So not his little foot pad, but the part around that. So let's start with the moustache. Now the moustache has some sort of lines in it, so let's all try and draw and colour in the one direction. So I'm going to give it a good colouring in. I'm leaning on this book because I have found whenever I colour in, it is much easier to lean on a book than it is to try and do this on a hard surface like a table. So I do recommend, even if you just grab like another book or an exercise book or one of your school books and just lean on that. You see, there was one little spot where I went over the line. Colour pencil is actually able to be erased pretty easily, especially if you haven't done it very darkly. You can just grab an eraser and neaten it up, and then it looks all neat and tidy. Let's do his little feet. browns are also like a dark brown, but I don't think I have a brown that's that dark. So I was thinking maybe I'll just do them in this brown here, but we'll kind of press a little harder to make it a bit darker. So now the next part is that we need to do his like body down here and his feet, which are this sort of creamy kind of brown colour. That's why I chose this one. And then he's looking all adorable. I wanted to do like his teeth will stay white, but here is the red. We can do his cap and his little tongue. And last but not least are his lovely little eyes. And last but not least, we need to grab this guy, which I'm going to be using for his face. And we will color that in. Now, from all the pictures that I've seen, his face is very textured, kind of like it's made of felt. So I'm going to work in little circles on his face and also his eyelids, but I'll do that afterwards. But the reason I'm going to do that is because that'll create like a little bit of a texture to his skin. I'm doing one side a little darker, the other side a little darker, and then as I colour in the centre I'm not pressing as hard, and that creates kind of it makes it look like their eyelids. So there we go, we have our little Gomba. I don't think I've missed anything. He has his cute little eyebrows and whatnot. So I'm going to just pop his Gomba. Gee, I can get my pen to work, eh? Little Gomba. And don't forget to always sign your artwork and date it if you can. I'm just going to put 17. So now that he is done, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching and have a sunshiny day.